name's Nikki Milan. I live in Elstree with my husband Jason and the two children, Eitan and Amalia. Eitan's 10 and Amalia's 8. I don't really do much now. Before, I'm not really sure I remember much, interestingly enough. I guess we just got up and got on with it and just lived our lives.
She would come in and help me with the business, and instead of a lot of time that can cause divide, we actually found that we loved working together and enjoyed it very, very much.
In October 2010, I got diagnosed with pneumonia and spent time in hospital, and then I came out and I think I went back in a few times.
It was our doctor at the time just thought that's not quite right. Wasn't happy, so sent her to a consultant just to find out what was going on. That's when they found there was something there. He said basically that it's lung cancer. He said there's no easy way of telling you, but it is lung cancer. I very casually, naively asked the prognosis, not really anticipating the answer. And he gave us the statistical prognosis, which was 1 year. At which point our whole world fell apart. We managed to get home somehow, and we called all the family, and everyone came over. And we told them, and we all cried together.
I didn't really know what to think, but I was just concerned about what was going to happen from then on, because we're quite a close family, so I was just really concerned about everyone else at that time. It was like, we can't do this by ourselves. It was kind of almost a burden that was just too big, too great. And I personally, I needed some support. If I was going to carry on leading this family, I needed to have something, somewhere that could help me do this. Interesting enough, my father was the first one who phoned Hi the next day, basically. And I think my mum, my dad and Jason went to see them quite quickly. It took me a few weeks before I could kind of get my head around it. And also, obviously, we didn't know what Hi did. We knew of its existence, but we didn't know what it would do for us. But subsequently, it's helped all of us.
And my wife comes here. I have been once or twice. I know Nikki comes often, and Jason, and their children come often for the various activities for their age group, and that seems to help a lot. You realise you're not alone. There's somebody who's prepared to listen to what you have to say. They don't badger you or ask you a whole lot of questions. They just let you talk. They express your feelings. They listen. They give advice if it's relevant. And that's tremendously helpful. It really is. And it's a godsend.
I think it's really important to just have that feeling of having a space which is theirs. And hopefully that's what Eitan feels. This is his space, and I will be there to support him in whatever he does, musically or otherwise. Most of our sessions are musical, but like I say, there's talking, we play games, and I'm there for him. The knowledge that I could go to someone and bare my soul kind of and just lay it on the table and get some help, where the kids can go to, I needed that. I needed to know that that everybody wasn't, I suppose, almost wasn't relying just on me, but had something else to go to, which then made me stronger to help them through everything.
You know, everyone has different opinions, especially if you're related. So it was good to talk to someone who knows nothing about you, so you could just open up.
It reminds me of being wrapped up in a blanket of warmth, a blanket of sincerity, of caring. And once you've participated in all the facilities that you can do, I know that I feel like going out and starting another day quite positively.
We don't know what the eventual outcome will be. We've got some ideas about it, but we try not to dwell on it and just focus on, as
What
they
is
say,
today?
yom yom, day by day.
We talk about it with anybody who wants to hear, because we kind of feel it's important that people do talk about it, because it's everywhere. We are off to UCH to go and see my consultant. We see him usually just before I have a chemo. He just likes to check that I'm doing okay. Yeah, generally Wednesday we come up to see him. It's kind of a nice time to spend together, have time to chat, which we don't often do at home with the children around, and go get a coffee. So, we've made it into a nice routine. It's how we live our life. We live our life from chemo to chemo, from scan to scan.
Last time we saw Nikki, I think had literally just had the scan, and we popped into High straight after the scan. She was on a single type chemotherapy, which was meant to maintain where the cancer was at and hopefully keep it as long as possible. But we knew through the symptoms that it was starting to fail. It's tough at the moment. We need this new treatment to work. The chemos that she's been on, she's failed 3. And it's kind of put it all into a different ballgame. We need it. This treatment's just got to hold it. She's having a bit of a tough time. We don't know what's after this next treatment. Hopefully we don't have to think about that for many, many months, but she's aware that this treatment's really important, and it's getting on top of her, it's getting her a little bit down, and she needs picking up. It's hard.
I got an infection a few weeks ago, so I was in and out of hospital 3 times, which was fun. And then we had a scan to find out how the medication was working, and unfortunately it's not. So we start on a weekly chemo from next week and see what happens.
Yeah, difficult at the moment. It's I think we both feel it's changed a little bit now. If this doesn't slow it down, if it doesn't control it,
I think it's a bit scary.
it gets scary. Yeah.
We've still got to try to stay positive, but it's hard. From my point of view, the knowledge that, as I said, that the support is there for everybody. It's a comfort.
We can see the kids through and give them as much love and much support as best we can, but we can't do that alone. With the wider family, it's not enough. We need something else, and Chai's going to be there to help them through. It's going to affect their lives and our lives, and that's something we're going to have to do hand in hand with Chai.